Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel if you are new, and if you are joining me again, welcome back. My name is Drea and today I am working on a Oasis Springs renovation. I chose the Springscape lot in Oasis Springs, which is I believe a 30 by 20 lot, and I recently have been obsessed with mid-century modern. Living in Texas, there are quite a few mid-century modern houses around, and I've wanted to build one. I've wanted to do a mid-century modern build for a while, and I figured this was a good place to start as opposed to trying building my own, right off the bat. I should just renovate one. So this was originally a 3-bed, 2-bathroom house. It still is 3-bed, 2-bathroom, but I did make one of the bedrooms into like a study kind of office area. So if you want to download this house and use it in your gameplay, but you need 3 bedrooms, you can just change that front office area into another bedroom. But yeah, this house took shape really fast. I just added one little extension on to the back and I kind of drug out a little bit of the house. It was a weird just flat box on the back, and I feel like a lot of EA builds run into that problem where they're just flat boxes on the back. There's not a lot of like interesting shapes to them, and I don't know if that's because it is easier to build that way. It's easier for the game to function that way, but I just wanted to change it, make it look a little bit more interesting, and just have some more, dynamic roof lines and dynamic shape to the house. So this is what I ended up coming up with. I really love the roof on this house. I love this part over here, this kind of bump out where the roof goes the opposite direction. I really think that looks cool. Like, it looks very mid-century modern, so I really enjoyed doing that. I recently have decided that I need to stop adding pools to my builds. I have added so many pools in the past like few builds that I've done, and this house would have been great for a pool, but I decided no, we're gonna do something different. So back here in the back that I'm working on right now, I actually end up adding like a hot tub and some yoga mats. I tried to put down those beach towels and I tried multiple times and it just did not work out. So yeah, I added a hot tub and some yoga mats and like a little picnic table, so maybe the people who live here, if they want to go outside and have dinner, they can do that. But yeah, the story I came up for this house was that it was 4 roommates who are 2 couples. The first couple, this is like their house. They're the ones that own it, but they rent out the spare bedroom to another couple. And I didn't really come up with like jobs for them. I kind of like thought of how they would act. Like the couple that lives here, they're very much like they take themselves very seriously, and they're not exactly the like fun-loving party type. I don't think either of the couples that live here are very like the party type, but they are definitely the more serious ones of the pair that live here, of the 2 pairs that live here. The other couple, I think the one of the one of the partners wants to be a DJ. I put in the music mixing station, and maybe they make their own music as well as wanting to be a DJ, but they definitely are involved in music and they don't really have like a steady job. Their partner, I don't think, I think their partner might be like a freelancer, like an artist, so they don't have like a desk job either, but they both are definitely like, they have their own kind of alternative work that they're doing to make money. But the inside of this house ends up being quite green. There's a lot of like, I use the Dream Home Decorator cabinets in like that kind of greeny sage swatch, and I really like how it looks. But yeah, this whole house ends up having a lot of green in it. Those cabinets are everywhere, and some of the furniture is green. I know that the big pieces of furniture, like the couches, are white, but a lot of the furniture in this house is green. I really wanted it to feel very like modern and millennial. I used the gray like wood paneling or wood paneling. I use like the gray wood flooring, and it feels very millennial. I know one of my favorite Sims YouTubers, she talks about how she's a millennial, and so she gets like caught in millennial gray a lot. I am not a millennial. I am Gen Z, like very firmly Gen Z, and I do not love gray in houses. I lived in an apartment in Missouri that had like gray flooring and gray cabinets, and I had stainless steel appliances. And while it looked very pretty, it was a very pretty place to live, it definitely fell into the trap of being millennial gray. And my husband and I even fell into that trap because the furniture we got was like very millennial gray when we lived there. And we were like, oh no, we fell, now we have kind of mid-century modern, like we have this bright orange chair in our front room, and our bed matches it. Like they're both orange, and it's definitely like we're moving into a new style. We both think we like mid-century modern. That's like where we can agree as far as interior design goes, because I like vintage, he likes modern. Mid-century modern's right in the, right in that perfect medium. But yeah, there's the gray flooring that I chose, and that kind of continues throughout the whole house. Even the bathrooms have like a gray slate flooring, so it's a pretty gray house. Like you can tell, I think this house like was definitely, in my mind, I was picturing it in the show like Zombie House Flipping. I watch a lot of Zombie House Flipping, and they typically go for like very sleek and modern and things that are, very like on par with what is trendy. And so I was thinking, this house is a very trendy house. Everything that's in here is just very on brand for the time period for millennials. But as you can see, I was trying my hardest to make this kitchen have some clutter in it. It's just not my style. I just cannot do cluttered kitchens. And I try to make my builds look lived in, but I also try to make them look stylized. And I feel like, having the cluttered kitchen is just a little bit past my comfort zone. Maybe I'll get better at it the more I build on here, but it just really is not my personal style. And these bar stools, I was a little worried that they were going to be in the way of the door, but I need to play test my builds, but I just kind of build them and then go. But I think that they're fine. I'm sure that door, won't have any problems with those bar stools. I mean, if this were like real life, that would be very irritating to have your bar stools right in front of your door. But I don't think that it's, going to be a big problem as far as gameplay goes. So I did another weird thing in this house where I put the living room in the back. I don't know what is going on with me and putting living rooms in the back of builds, but I just decided that this living room was going to be back here, and I end up really liking how it looks back here. It's very, like I said, it has those green cabinets, it's got the white furniture. I tried my hardest to find a green that would fit with these cabinets, but nothing fit, and I couldn't get the cabinets to line up properly, so I had to add another wall. This living room is probably one of my favorites that I've done so far. Like I said, I don't love modern builds, but I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to do things that, are more attuned to other people's styles, not just my style. My husband, he likes to say that, when we talk about like building and flipping and things of that nature with houses, he's like, you can't focus just on your style. You have to focus on what the majority of people will like, because the majority of people would not like my style. And that's fine, I am fine with the fact that I have a very different style, but like this is just so far out of my comfort zone that I was like, okay, I hope this looks good. I also used like a wallpaper in here from the Moschino pack, and I don't hardly ever use like that wallpaper. I think when it first came out, I did a build with it, and I don't think I liked that build very much. I did like some kind of fashion studio, and it was strange. Like I said, I don't do a lot of community builds, so that build was definitely out of my comfort zone. And then adding that wallpaper, it was very like ultra modern, and like, ooh, this is the coolest place to have your models take pictures, but it just was not my style. I tried fitting a bar in here, and it just was so close to the dining table I couldn't make it work, and I wanted the dining table to be kind of in the center of the room. But either way, pretty soon we are going to move into the main bedroom, which is like where the ensuite is. And that is where I think that couple that's a little bit more serious is. They definitely, like, in my head, they're kind of landlords. Like, I could not imagine living with my landlord. That would be terrible. But yeah, they rent out, that bedroom in the back to the other couple. And the other couple, like I said, they're very, kind of geeky, kind of gamers. They focus more on music, less on, having a more like desk job, like go 9 to 5, sit down at a job. But I think that the couple that lived here before, they probably like inherited this house and then they like flipped it to make it look more modern. And now, like I said, they're renting out the back room. And I think that that is where most of their money comes from, is from renting this room to, you know, the other people in the house. I want the new pack with like the apartments. I want it so bad because I build apartments all the time. I build apartment buildings all the time. I do just like single room apartments. I do a lot of studios. I want that pack so bad, but it is so like sad that The Sims is so expensive. Like if you did not get The Sims when it first came out, my dad got The Sims for me when it first came out, and it was, oh, I can't even remember. It was probably like $60. And then my brothers would buy me packs for it. And the packs that I have are mainly from my brothers buying them. Like my brother, when he used to play The Sims when I lived with him, he wanted the cottage living pack. And I was like, I cannot justify spending, another $40-$50 on this pack. And he was like, oh, it's okay, I'll buy it. So my brothers bought a lot of the packs for me, so I'm very lucky that, they did do that. But I just cannot justify spending over $1,000 on a game. Like, it's a little ridiculous, which is why, I build with what I have, and I'm not saying anything, like, oh, The Sims is bad because it costs, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying if you do not have all the packs, do not feel like you cannot build or you cannot, have good gameplay, because I think that the things I build look really good and I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I don't feel like I need, any more than I already have, besides, the apartment pack, because I really want to build apartments. But yeah, I don't think I'm, missing out because I don't have all the packs. And if you, feel like you are missing out because you don't have all the packs, let me be the one to tell you that you do not need every single pack in $1,000 game to make your builds look good. You can do it without all that. So I did a bathroom back here that had like a kind of like sectioned off shower. I do this a lot in my modern builds where I'm like, oh, the shower has to be like separate from the rest of the room, mainly because I don't love the box showers we have. That's just the interior decorator in me coming out. I don't like box showers. I don't think they look very good, and that is completely, that's my opinion. And if you have a box shower, that's, more power to you. I just don't like the way box showers look. I also don't like the way shower tub combos look. We have one in our apartment, and it is not my favorite thing that is in my apartment. I don't think I have a favorite thing that's in my apartment, besides my cat. I do have a cat. You probably heard her in my last video, like her jingling around in the background because she has a bell on her collar. Yeah, she likes to scream at the most inopportune times while I'm trying to record or film, and I'm like, hey, could you like chill for like 10 seconds? And she's like, no. But her name is Peach. She is a little bit over 1 year old. We got her like when she was like I think 2 months old, and she's so big now. I absolutely adore her. My husband got her for me kind of as like an emotional support animal, and now she's ended up becoming more of his emotional support animal. But yeah, I don't build a lot with pets in the game, and I guess I just don't think about it much. Not because I don't like them, like I'm fine with pets. I wish they wouldn't run away so much. That is annoying, but I will do everything to make my pets in The Sims as happy as possible, and then they will run away. And it's like, why? And like, part of me is like, oh, I'll just lock the door so they can't get out, but then it's like, they'll leave anyway. It's like, how does that happen? How is it that like you will do everything to make your pets happy in this game, and then they will just be like, actually, peace out, and they just run away? Here's that office I was talking about. It actually ends up being more of a library now that I look at it, but it definitely, like, I was gonna have this be like a kid's room, and then I was like, actually, I've been building a lot of family houses. Let's do something, something for a different kind of family. So yeah, that's why we did the roommates and the landlord situation. But this room is very resemblant of the living room. You know, it has the same furniture, kind of. It has the same kind of like black and white but green vibe. I don't know how I don't know a better way to say that, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of green in here. I like to think that the back bedroom that the other couple is in, I like to think that that bedroom was furnished when they got here because it matches the rest of the house very well aside from like their artwork that they put up. And I think that like when this couple got here, it was already furnished, it was already ready to go, they just had to move in. And that is a luxury that not a lot of people can afford. So maybe they had some kind of like help from parents or something. You know, maybe their parents were like, hey, you know, you guys, we want you to move out. You know, we're sick of having you around. So you go find your own place and we'll, you know, pay to get you out of here. And that's not what I mean. I mean, like, their parents were like, you know, go sow your wild oats, go do what you got to do, you know, build a family. And then they were like, oh, well, you're moving in with, you know, at least they're in a house. That's all I can say. They're in a house. They're not in like an apartment. The apartment system when it first came out in City Living was rough. I think my biggest problem with it was that, you know, like right now I'm having this glitch in City Living where people will just show up in my apartment. They'll just appear. And I'm like, what are you doing here? And then they'll just like walk around in circles and then they'll leave. Like they'll just disappear. I'm like, what? It is so strange. I don't know what is going on in my game. But like I said, in my last game, you know, like my game was crashing when I was trying to build that nursing home. And then that has been happening when I've been doing gameplay. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. But I am building my own save file, and I don't know if you want to like see any work that I've been doing on that, but I've been working on that for a little bit, and I always start my save files when I start building them. I start in Newcrest because Newcrest is like, it's my favorite world in The Sims just because it's blank, and I like having nothing that I can just build off of. But I use Seriously Sims blank save file every time she like updates it. I just grab it again and put it in my game because I'm like, okay, well, I want to make a new save file. I have made like 3 or 4 and I always like don't finish them, but this one that I've been working on recently I'm like really excited about. And if you would like to see any work on that save file, then maybe, you know, maybe I'll show you what I've been working on and introduce you to some of my families that exist in this new save that I'm making. But yeah, here's that music mixing station. I was going to put a DJ station down, but I was like, ooh, that is really big. That is a problem in The Sims. Things are so big. Like, some of the stuff that is in The Sims is just enormous, and it's so hard to work with. But yeah, we are moving into the backyard where I try to put those beach towels down. I try like 2 or 3 times in this backyard to put these beach towels down, and I just could not make it work. Like, I was gonna put them here, I was gonna put them over in the grass, and then I was like, no, I want to put a hot tub down, I want to put yoga mats down. So eventually, you know, we settle on the hot tub underneath like a little awning I make that has like some string lights. I think it looks really cute. And then we have the picnic table and the yoga mats, and that's pretty much it. My landscaping on this build is very, very sparse, not because, you know, I'm protesting. I am not protesting. I'm just making my landscaping a little more sparse because it's Oasis Springs, and I don't really think, you know, Oasis Springs, like you can see around this green area has some landscaping, but I did not want to go into the live edit objects catalog and start sifting through that to find the correct plants that I would need. So I just did like some aloe vera plants and a couple of palm trees, and that was about all I did back here. Yeah, I do not really put lights outside on my builds. I probably should, just to make them a little bit more accessible, you know, during the dark, but either way, we are coming up on the end of this build. Like I said, if you like this build, let me know. If you dislike it, let me know. I just, you know, I would love to see exactly what it is that you think about the builds that I've been making. I post these under the hashtag DriaSimming on the Sims 4 gallery, and it is under my old EA account that I still use. I just haven't made a new one because I don't want to re-download everything. But yeah, if you are looking for this build, I will post it under the hashtag DriaSimming. If you want to subscribe, please do. If you want to like and leave a comment, I would greatly appreciate it. But other than that, I am going to go ahead and leave you guys with this and just a little bit of music here at the end. The next build that I post will probably be the nursing home build. I just have not gotten around to recording a voiceover for that since it is so long. It is like an hour and 20 minutes. So I've been doing shorter builds, and hopefully we will get to the nursing home soon, and I hope you will enjoy that. It is enormous and I am very proud of it. But either way, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope that you enjoyed this build. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!